All right, everyone, get started in about 5 seconds. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to K9s For Warriors March 2023 Warrior Class Graduation Ceremony. My name is Zach Rossley. I'm the Chief Financial and Programs Officer here at K9s, and I'm honored to be your MC for this evening's graduation ceremony. So we start every ceremony doing two things to honor our great nation. We recite the Pledge of Allegiance together, and we sing the national anthem. And the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by our very own Laura Hallman. So if everyone wants to stand up, we'll use the flag behind me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Laura. And if everyone would remain standing, we have Sawyer Strait coming up to sing the national anthem for us. Here you go. Perfect. Right here's perfect.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed by the tireless gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts below were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rippling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Sawyer, you are amazing. That was incredible. Everyone could please take your seats. So 8 of the service dogs in our March class have been selected as Fetch It Forward dogs through our friends at the Dogtopia Foundation. Through the foundation, individual Dogtopia daycares throughout the United States raise money via their pet parents to help support organizations like K9s For Warriors. We are so grateful to our Dogtopia family and their continued support. And now, without further ado, the reason we are all here, I am proud to introduce our March 2023 Warrior class. All right. Our first graduating pair are Joshua and Fairways. Fairways is sponsored by our friends at Troopers Assisting Troops and the Fairways in Lakewood, New Jersey, and is additionally supported by Dogtopia of Roseville. Fairways is named after the Fairways, a 55-plus golf community. They raise funds by hosting Veterans Day spaghetti dinners. Fairways is the 4th dog they've sponsored through Troopers Assisting Troops. So Joe Sarnecki from Troopers Assisting Troops is attending. Joe, could you stand up? Thank you so much. So TAT, Troopers Assisting Troops, is an organization of retired and active New Jersey State Troopers and friends that raise funds to support veterans. Fairways was procured from Dry Pond Retrievers and trained by Haley Yarbrough. And a note from Josh, I'd like to thank your organization, volunteers, and donors. Also, the amazing trainer that Fairways had. Without all of these in place, I would not be in the wonderful place I am in my life today. All right, next we have Michael and Freeman. Freeman is also sponsored by TAT, Troopers Assisting Troops, and Bobby and Kathy Freeman, and is additionally supported by Dogtopia of the Woodman Road, Colorado Springs. Freeman is named to honor the life of Bobby Freeman, who passed away in 2020. Bobby was an Army veteran who served in Germany in the 60s. He and his wife, Kathy, held many events to raise the funds needed to sponsor Freeman. And Kathy is attending today. Kathy, could you stand? Thank you, Kathy. Now, Freeman, if you were here just a little while ago, you heard, Freeman was puppy raised by Amy, Matt, and Sawyer Strait. So are the Straits, I think they are waving from on high. All right, wonderful, wonderful. So TAT would like to recognize Clipped Wings, a group of flight attendants who also contributed to the funds raised for Freeman. Freeman was donated to us by Chuck Ziegenfuss with Hero Labradors out of Decatur, Texas. And a note from Mike, I'd like to say thank you to my first service dog, Colt, for years of help and friendship. He saved my life. I would not be alive today if it was not for him. R.I.P., my friend. Also, my wife, Debbie, for her help and support, for coming back for another battle buddy to take over Colt's watch. The people who put Freeman in my life, Hero Labradors, Chuck Ziegenfuss, for donating Freeman, Troopers Assisting Troops, the Freeman family, who named Freeman in remembrance of Bobby Freeman, and the Clipped Wings, and Dogtopia for all the funding of Freeman's raising, training, and everything a young service dog needs, as well as the Strait family for raising and training him, K9s For Warriors for pairing us up and supporting us through the training process. Even during the times that I didn't think we were going to make it, they took me way out of my comfort zone, then stayed with Freeman and me to push us on until we worked our way through. Thank you all. Awesome. Next we have Steve and Matt. And MAC is sponsored by our friends at Troopers Assisting Troops and additionally supported by Dogtopia of Sacramento Nimbus Winery. MAC is named in honor of New Jersey State Trooper Brian McCoy. Brian passed away in 2019 following a long battle with an illness he contracted in the line of duty while responding to the World Trade Center terrorist attacks on 9/11. TAT would also like to recognize Lieutenant Steve Cawley, who for the past 8 years has organized a 40-plus mile memorial bike ride from the New Jersey capital in Trenton to the New Jersey shore. Mac is the third dog he's helped to raise funds for. And Mac was procured from Love in the Lead and trained by Hannah Bartlett. And a note from Stephen. I'd like to thank Troopers Assisting Troops and Dogtopia for the gift of possibility. I'd like to thank Mike and Kevin for giving me a chance to come back. I'd like to thank all the staff for making this possible. I'd like to thank the other gentlemen of the class for allowing me to fit in. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my wife, Kim, for helping me find myself again, and my kids, Ciara and Colin, for being able to forgive me for the anger. Next, we have Chris and Jesse. Jesse is sponsored by the Research and Development Associates Military Assistance Program and Judy Reeves Kane. Jesse is additionally supported by Dogtopia of Waco. Jesse was named after Judy's granddaughter. Jesse was fostered by Melissa Hamilton. Is Melissa? Where are you, Melissa? Thank you, Melissa. The Military Assistance Program, which provides numerous resources to veterans, was started by Barney Rosner. Barney was a longtime supporter of K9s who sadly passed away 1 year ago, but whose legacy lives on through service dogs like Jesse. His widow, Stacia, is in attendance today. Stacia, could you please stand? Thank you so much, Stacia. Jesse was procured from Ridgeview Labs and trained by Hannah Bartlett, Philomena Shields, Magdalena Arizona, and Hannah Buss. And a note from Chris, or Russ, we'd like to thank Jesse's foster family for all the love they showed him. Without them, Jesse would not be the outstanding partner he is today. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I'd also like to thank James, Chelsea, Jose, and Kelsey. Your devotion to all of us is second to none. Oh, James, Russ is here, mic drop. Next, we have Matthew and Knuckles. Knuckles was supported through a Warrior Honorarium gifted by the Barneys Run for Warriors out of Albany, Georgia, and fostered by David Altenberg. Is David here? Well, we thank him wherever he is. Knuckles was procured from Twisted Oaks Rescue, trained by Daniel Ruliva, George Subasis, and Jacob Weiss. And a note from Matthew: I'd like to thank my beloved wife and family, without whom none of this could have been possible. Next are Lennox and Taffy. And Taffy was sponsored by the Fletcher High School Interact Club and additionally supported by Dogtopia of Springfield. The name Taffy was chosen by Richard Earl in honor of his sister-in-law. Taffy was procured from Top Dog and trained by Chris Shepard. And a note from Lennox: there are many charity organizations that society questions if they truly have a positive impact. You all don't have that problem. Thank you, and God bless you all for the amazing work you do, Lennox. Thank you. Next are Darren and Jesse. Jesse was procured from Julie Wilson and trained by Kaylee Phipps. And a note from Darren: I want to thank all the staff, but also direct a personal thanks to James. If it wasn't for your mature, calming nature and assurance, there's no way I'd be graduating today. You were there for me whenever I needed some guidance. And also, Kelsey, without your knowledge of poodles, I would not have gotten through some troubling training sessions. Jose and Chelsea, you two are just simply awesome. Next are David and Milka. Milka was sponsored by the Rotary Club of Thousand Oaks. Milka was fully sponsored through the Rotary by a donation from the Simone Forti Family Trust, and additionally supported by Dogtopia of Decatur. Mario and Milka Forti brought their family to the United States from Florence, Italy around 1939. They lovingly chose the name to honor her mother, Simone Forti, a world-famous dancer and choreographer. A special thank you and shout out to Nate Harimoto and Lois Curran-Klein for all they do in support. Milka is their 13th dog sponsored out of 19 since 2014. Milka was procured from Open Range Academy and trained by Daniel Ruliva. And a note from David: I'd like to thank all of the K9s For Warriors staff for giving me the skills to go forward in life, knowing I have the strength with my new battle buddy. It's a bittersweet day as we put our first foot forward in a new path in life. Bitter due to leaving a new family, sweet to know we have more confidence, knowing that our new furry battle buddies will need us as much as we need them. It's hard to express the deep feelings as well as pride we have, but now the dark clouds have parted to let the light shine on our new life. Thank you for everything, K9s For Warriors. Next are Rob and Ultra. Ultra was procured from Occupaws and trained by Magdalena Arizona and Skylar Reed. And a note from Rob: I want to thank you and express my gratitude to everyone who's been a part of my journey here at K9s For Warriors. Every drop in the ocean counts, and I will never forget those at K9s For Warriors who helped me and Ultra in breezing through the challenging portions of the 3 weeks and culmination of the reward, the help and saving of my life and Ultra's. Very respectfully, Rob. Next are Chris and Shandy. Shandy was procured from MSAR and trained by Jacob Weiss. And a note from Chris: thank you, K9's team, for this incredible gift, the perfect match and changing my life. Semper Fi, Kevin, Mike, and James. Next are Dan and Jude. Jude was sponsored by Tommy and Judy Zitiello and additionally supported by Dogtopia of Olaf. Jude was named after his namesake, Judy. Judy is a fearless community advocate for those living with disabilities, as well as for the pancreatic cancer community, of which she's been battling herself for many years. Jude was fostered by Mark Matta. Mark, are you here? Can you stand up, Mark? Thank you very much. Thank you. Jude was procured from Breed Masters and trained by Andrew Lavizio. And a note from Dan: I'd like to thank every single staff member and all the volunteers at K9s For Warriors, all the trainers and especially Andrew, the K9s advocacy team, warm participants, current and future, my team and family at Complete Parachute Solutions. You've allowed me to go above and beyond, and my amazing and supportive wife, Ashley, until the end of the line. And next are Heath and Tommy Ahepa. Tommy is sponsored by Ahepa Service Dogs for Warriors and additionally supported by Dogtopia of St. Peter's. Fostered by Brian and Lori McGinnis. Are you here, Brian and Lori? They're already standing, but thank you so much. Tommy was procured from the Humane Society of Savannah and trained by Sydney Bishop. Okay, and this note was written by Tommy. So, thank you to Shari, Duval for your passion, determination, and grit in creating K9s For Warriors. My trainers, Sydney and Taylin, I owe you my success. If I had trained any longer, my name would be on the lease with you. To the entire K9s For Warriors staff, Ahepa, donors, and volunteers, thank you for all your love, kindness, and support. James, we both know the Easter Bunny will never be the same. Wink. My fellow classmates, on to our forever homes and adventures with our service humans. May the toys be plentiful, the walks be long, and our tails wag often with our warriors. Whew, okay. OHIO. I'm glad that was there at the end. Okay. All right, that is pretty much the perfect way to conclude our graduation ceremony. Just one additional logistical announcement. If you look in front of me, there is a brick dark colored line that goes across the patio. When the ceremony concludes, our graduates, if they so choose, will approach that line, and if you so choose, you are welcome to approach that line from the opposite direction. We just ask that you do not cross that line. And with that, thank you all for being here, and God bless you all, and good evening.